How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be going over why I believe the alt season is almost here. Again, none of that's financial advice, my own research. Do your own. But there are some key levels to discuss and going over how we could see crypto have a major alt season in the very near future. There's a ton of different levels that I have to it. But fundamentally, let's go over the first part, which is the fact that in order to see a true alt season, maybe you'll see my chart posted up on the graph. 9 times out of 10, guys, you will see this happen. You'll see you'll see money flow into Bitcoin, which we've seen all throughout this cycle. We've seen money flow into Bitcoin, pushing us past that 100,000 level, which is of course great. However, one big thing to keep in mind, guys, is that in an alt season, money flows into Bitcoin, then Ethereum, high caps, mid caps, low caps, right? That's at least how we've seen it play out before. So essentially, what we have now is we've of course had Bitcoin make very, very nice moves up, again, past $100,000. You would have asked me that last year, I would not have said that's even possible. But of course, I'm now way more into crypto and I see $100,000 being very undervalued for Bitcoin. But nonetheless, we have yet to see Ethereum get a lot of attention throughout this entire cycle, which of course, as we've just gone over in the diagram, we need to see money flow from Bitcoin to Ethereum. Now, here's where things get interesting. First of all, there are a couple of key levels to keep in mind. That's, of course, Bitcoin dominance, but also the strength of Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. Mostly throughout this cycle, we've seen Ethereum realistically just kind of being underperformed or outperformed by Bitcoin, I should say, meaning Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum, which is, of course, not good for Bitcoin dominance, and of course the comparison of Bitcoin strength to Ethereum strength. We want ideally Ethereum strength to be that, or to be greater than that of Bitcoin strength. And a lot of people are very, very I'd say bearish on Ethereum. A lot of people don't like it. However, I see us still having a very, very nice Ethereum pump within the next couple of months. Of course, then kicking on our alt season, especially because Bitcoin seems to be wavering. I mean, looking at Ethereum seemed to be picking up more strength relative to that of Bitcoin's, meaning that we could see things start to shift into Ethereum even picking up more speed, where we have that alt season starting to kind of kick off, where then Ethereum's money starts getting flowed into those alts, or those alts, right? Now, one big thing to also keep in mind is the fact that we've seen so much money being flowed into Ethereum through that of President Trump and World Liberty Fi, but also just a bunch of other institutions have been buying Ethereum. A lot of people have been buying Ethereum too, a lot of whales. There seems to be something that they are doing with Ethereum that we as just individual investors may not understand. However, I'd like to predict that maybe they see something we don't in the event that Ethereum sees a very, very, very bullish move upwards. And I've still had that belief. So I do still see things doing very well with Ethereum, guys, which of course would then benefit all the altcoins. Of course, not some of them. Some altcoins have completely gotten obliterated throughout this price action. A lot of older coins are probably not going to see too great of recoveries. A lot of small caps that got obliterated are probably not going to see a lot of recoveries. More so, you just need those coins that have great communities. That, like Aerodrome, I think is going to be fine if we push into bullish territory with, alts as well. But then Ski Mask Dog as well. Just some base coins. Render should as well. Great community behind that. So there's a lot of coins that, yes, can definitely see benefit from a true alt season. However, keep in mind, that doesn't mean every single coin, if we do see that alt season scenario play out, is going to see very, very bullish momentum happening within that. But FTX repayments are coming soon. That's going to be nice to have more liquidity into the markets. Are people going to go ahead and put that back into crypto? Of course, it's not guaranteed, but the matter of fact is you're going to have more money within the economy. Therefore, of course, promoting spending and investment, etc., right? Just simple macroeconomics. Speaking of macroeconomics, there are a lot of macroeconomic events, such as, there's a country that just released their cryptocurrency specifically for that country, which definitely saw a lot of popularity with that. If you were able to get in that, perfect. I was not. But more so the fact of like the Bitcoin National Reserve being talked about in the US, as well as Switzerland has even brought up potentially beginning a Bitcoin National Reserve as well. That was kind of a while ago. But the moral of the story is there's more adoption within crypto and more bullish news. Solana ETF, or it was something like that, I think I saw. And maybe it was a Solana ETF potentially coming out, which would be very, very cool to see within the crypto market. But yeah, it's stuff like that, guys, where we have a lot of bullish events coming through. A lot of people are still bearish on the markets in general. I mean, you see that a lot with comments on YouTube, comments, or, CT, we see a lot of that as well. But I, as being someone who loves the crypto community, loves crypto myself, more so just even further past an investment, I still see us doing very good throughout this year, and potentially in the early beginnings of 2026, but we'll have to see. Again, I plan to fully exit off the spring pending, decisions based on mine, but we'll see what happens. But moral of the story, guys, I'm bullish on the markets doing very well within the next couple of months. Though understand that I am doing a bunch of different risk-taking measures where I'm hedging against the possibility that we do not see an alt season. So that's something that a lot of people need to understand. It's a simple fact that you need to risk a certain amount that you're, okay, this is best case scenario, but worst case scenario, we still have assets here, like in the S&P 500. We still have some allocation into our emergency savings. We still have real estate, whatever it is, right? You want to have some other things just to hedge against the potential that we don't see an alt season come into play. All right, so with all that aside, let's go into Moonwell and where my thoughts are on that. We haven't talked about Moonwell in a while, and you can see a timestamp here. So if you're jumping to this spot right here, then yeah, we're just going to talk about Moonwell. So let's get into it. Moonwell right now is at a spot where it's, I believe, around 3.5 cents. And we, of course, have called this coin out. The first time we talked about this coin, it was at 3 cents, and then we were able to get into it and exit at around that 11-cent range. The problem with Moonwell and coins around it is not due to the fact that it has utility. This coin has a lot of immense utility. Tristan Thompson, a player for the Cleveland Browns, is a huge advocate for Moonwell. Luke Youngblood, a very big advocator in the base community, is a huge advocate for Moonwell. And we have adoption being like the Moonwell debit card, which I'm a digital owner of. I don't have the physical card yet. I don't even think that's out yet. But the moral of the story, in terms of utility, in terms of who's backing it, Moonwell has a lot of community drive. You would still be green if you bought in when we talked about this coin. But more so, with how utility coins have been going, it's really going to be interesting to see what we see a coin like Moonwell do in the event of an alt season. It is already on Coinbase. It does have a decent community. A lot of people are using Moonwell almost daily, right? So there's a lot of usage within Moonwell. You have big names backing it up, and it has a good community. It's just, again, utility coins, and I guess a lot of coins right now are just severely undervalued. So we could definitely see Moonwell have a nice run up within the near future, potentially breaking our previous high of 11 cents again, and maybe ranging in that 25 to max case 50 cents. That is where I at least would approach it from here. But again, that's all speculation from my end. You want to always do your own research. And yeah, I don't honestly know what to expect from here with Moonwell, but I think that as long as we do see, like we mentioned in the previous or in the beginning, bullish momentum start to occur, strength flowing into Ethereum, that Moonwell could be one of the coins that actually does see some inflows into having a very, very positive price action. So I'm very interested to see what happens there, guys. And yeah, Moonwell, I'm at least bullish on in the event that we do have an alt season, but that's for most of the coins. But I also don't think it's a coin that's not going to see any price action change whatsoever. Just don't expect it to be anything major, I'd say. It's just my thoughts on it. but it's definitely shown strength. I mean, again, holding above 3 cents, it dipped below 3 cents a little bit, then it rebounded. So it'll be interesting to see. For those of you who bought high in Moonwell, you know, I don't know. I would at least wait it out. I don't know if I'd be allocating more until we have a confirmed market bias into that token, but it really is up to you guys. But that's my thoughts on Moonwell. Just a quick overview. Again, I like everything that they're doing. I've said that numerous times. Great project in terms of its utility and real world use case. So with all that being said, guys, I will see you later. That wraps up today's video.